Hoover Dam and the surrounding infrastructure. And as you saw in the presentation, the first thing they had to accomplish to build the dam was to divert the Colorado River. And they did that by creating diversion tunnels. 4 diversion tunnels, that is, 2 each within the walls of the canyon. 2 on the Arizona side, 2 on the Nevada side. Each diversion tunnel is, for example, look beyond glass, 4,000 feet long, 56 feet in diameter, and it's lined with 3 feet of concrete, which is above the paneling there, part of the diversion tunnel there. Okay. So now you may be wondering, where are you located? You are located right here. And one of the original diversion tunnels off the northwest corner of the dam, and you came down the construction added 3 miles of diversion tunnels. And it took them 19 months to complete. Once this task was accomplished, then they created coffer dams, an upper coffer dam and a lower coffer dam. Coffer dams are made of concrete, rock, and steel. The upper coffer dam is 100 feet high, and it was put in place to divert the water into the diversion tunnels, sending the water downstream, bypassing the construction site. Lower coffer dam, 65 feet high. That was put in place to prevent the water from backflowing onto the construction site. Now that the site is secured from the flow of the Colorado River, the construction began. In June 1933, the workers dug down 135 feet, dewatering the environment, removing all of those particles until a bedrock was established. Once that bedrock was established, the first bucket of concrete was poured on the Arizona side. Thereafter, every 78 seconds, an additional bucket of concrete was poured. Over 5 million buckets of concrete was poured between 1933 and 1935. The dam was completed in 1935. The power plant, 1936. Lower coffer dam was removed. The dam is in place. Next, filling the reservoir. First, they closed 3 ends of the diversion tunnels with heavy steel gates. Installed 400 feet of concrete plugs. The remaining diversion tunnel, it was left open, so the water from the Colorado River can continue to flow downstream. Also, as the river flowed into the reservoir, it rose to the base of the intake towers, which was about 260 feet above the river's bed. And once the water began flowing down into the intake towers, then they closed the last diversion tunnel with the heavy steel gate. Installed the concrete plugs. With all 4 ends closed, it took 6.5 years to fill a reservoir, which is now known as Lake Mead, the largest man-made reservoir in the United States. Lake Mead is in place. The water now travels into the intake towers, and there are 4. 2 on the Arizona side, 2 on the Nevada side. Each tower is 395 feet high. The water travels into the base of the intake towers, drops naturally into a 30-foot in diameter penstock pipe. 30-foot in diameter penstock pipe, 3 inches thick. The water travels about 96,000 gallons a second. Then it goes into the 13-foot penstock pipes and the 8-foot penstock pipes. At this point, the speed of the water is about 48 miles an hour as it passes through the Francis turbines. The water is released into the tailrace, then it continues down the Colorado River. The spillways, and there are 2. 1 on the Arizona side, 1 on the Nevada side. The opening of the spillways is 27 feet lower than the top of the dam. Why? Well, just in case if the water in the reservoir would happen to overflow, it will easily go into the spillways, not over the top of the dam. The spillways were used twice. Once in 1940. I know this is not my first time. That's funny when everybody jumps. Okay, with that one, that's not funny, but that's kind of funny. Okay, that was the water. 96,000 gallons of water per second. That's flowing in the penstock pipes. As I stated, the water is flowing from the reservoir. It goes down the intake towers. It's connecting with the penstock pipes. And so we're standing somewhere right about here, and the water's flowing, and it's going under the generators. So that's what you felt, the water. Okay? So the spillways. Where was I? Okay, Arizona, Nevada, 2 spillways. I lost my place. But anyway, so the water from the Colorado Rockies, it takes 12 to 18 months to make its way down into the spillway. So, sure, the spillways was used twice. Once in 1941 for testing purposes, then the second time and the last time in 1983, and that was the results from the heavy snow melts of the Colorado Rockies. The snow would melt, forming the water flow downstream, it lands here in the reservoir. The capacity of the water was too large for its normal route of travel, so it had to go into the spillways. This photo that you see here is just a snapshot in time of this particular activity, which occurred for 62 continuous days. 62 continuous days, okay? And side note, it takes 12 to 18 months before that runoff makes its way down into the reservoir. 12 to 18 months. So whatever's occurring in the Colorado Rockies today, or this past winter, we won't receive it until next winter. 12 to 18 months, okay? So there you go, that's the story with that part one. Plus with a little extra added feature there. So now we're going to the power plant where the generators are located. So leaving this room, let's reverse the order. I have to go up first. Ladies behind me, sir, behind the ladies, everyone else follow, and we're going up to the generator.